So this week's video, I want to explore tuning in to our inner world and trusting that we are our best expert. So how do we trust our intuition? How do we build that relationship in trusting our own heart's desires, our own inner compass? When I'm coaching my clients, I always include exercises to build that connection, to quiet the mind, all that chatter, and listen to the silent whispers of the heart. See, life is constantly throwing us so many curveballs, and we begin to question our ability to discern what is in our best interest. We ask our friends, we ask our family, and many times we get very confused with all the data and information and the analysis and the reasoning behind something. And we begin to quiet our own inner compass. Society can make us question those feelings and encourage us to choose fact over our feelings. Look at the data. Look at the research. Not what you're feeling, not what you're thinking, but our intuition, our gut, can tell us a lot about whether we can move peacefully through this situation or greet it with chaos because we're not in alignment with our true heart's desires, or what's in alignment with who we are, as opposed to trying to be something that somebody expects you to be or wants you to be, or you think you have to be. So what I encourage you is to always include your intuition in your decision-making process. Whenever you're making those important decisions for you, tune in. Yes, you can take data, analysis, research, reasoning, but I want your intuition and your gut to also be a very, very integral part, more so than the data. Foster that relationship with self-understanding. Understand who you are, your emotional set point, your thoughts, and your bodily sensations. My clients always hear me talk about these components, and I want to throw this in there. Your emotions, your emotional current affects every thought you think and also creates those perceptions you have in life. Repetitive thoughts create beliefs. And by the way, those perceptions aren't necessarily fact. In fact, most of the time they aren't facts. They're simply your perceptions based on your emotional current. So I encourage you to really build a relationship with those. And that's very fundamental in my proprietary methodology I use for my coaching. All three of those indicators. Now, the body is also speaking. The body is the best mind reader ever. So you want to always be tuning into your body as well. I don't want to leave that out, but emotions and thoughts create these perceptions, and we ignore. Many times we have actually a disconnect from our body. So all three of these indicators of what you're experiencing in the present moment hold wisdom for you. And what do I think is the most vital, important part of developing and fostering this awareness, fostering being able to trust your inner compass, really getting acquainted with your authentic self, is meditation. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be, everything has to stop. The world has to stop and I have to sit in lotus position and put on some peaceful music. You can do it with your cup of tea in the morning, your cup of coffee. It's about centering yourself, connecting to yourself, and really tuning in. What am I feeling in my body? What is my emotion that I'm experiencing in the present moment? There is no bad emotion, and emotions don't define. They come, they stay for a while, and they leave. So you don't want to be intimidated by those emotions or afraid to look at them. These are all things that I can help you with as a mindset coach. So please do reach out if you're having difficulty. And then notice the thoughts passing through. Again, the mind's designed to think, so it's not going to stop thinking just because you've gotten still. You're going to be having all kinds of thoughts. Those thoughts, you want to place distance between you and those thoughts. They're just passing through. I like to use the analysis of like clouds in the sky. You can't touch them, but you see them passing through. I don't want you to reach out to those thoughts. The emotional attachment, when you find yourself getting emotionally wrapped up in a thought that's passing through when you're trying to meditate, you haven't failed. The mind goes 90 to nothing. We spend 50% of our waking hours mind wandering. So the mind's going to wander. Just because you decided to sit and get still doesn't mean it's going to stop wandering. So we're building mindful muscle. We get better and stronger at the things we practice. And the more time you spend with self in that stillness, the mind will settle. Oh, she's just doing that thing again. But the beautiful thing is there's definitely a science to it, and there's magic that happen. You drop into that parasympathetic, that relaxation response, and the body comes out of fight or flight. You begin to build this relationship of understanding self, being the observer of self, and you're training yourself to greet yourself with love and kindness, non-judgment, and just pure curiosity. What's going on with me in this present moment? What am I feeling? Physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I encourage you to practice dropping in there, because what's cool is you'll start seeing how you respond to life situations. You'll notice your habitual unconscious behaviors because now you're starting to really pay attention, being aware, because you're spending time fostering this skill. During our life, we are always discovering, developing, and evolving. So I encourage you to take time, really foster that relationship with self, really tune in to your intuition and your gut, and learning to live authentically, a life you design. And watch how even in challenging situations, you'll be at peace in your heart. Enjoy your day.